Bada bing, bada boom. Social Inform Media.
This story comes to us from Q13Fox.com. Well, have you guys ever been to Seattle, Washington? You know, and seen the drug community where the addicts are? They kind of look like zombies. Well, guess what? It's about to look like the Walking Dead there. If you thought fentanyl was the worst thing, Seattle is saying, look, we got something worse. That's right. It's called Tranq, Tranq, Tranq. It's one of the fastest spreading drugs in America, and Fox 13's Spotlight has confirmed it's already turned up in fatal overdoses around the Seattle, Washington area. Now, Tranq users get turned into real-life zombies, right down to loss of basic mental function and the rotting flesh. Some of the most chilling accounts of Tranq's impact come from those most familiar with the drug, frontline mental health professionals, addiction services, and the users themselves. So they get turned into zombies, and then their flesh starts rotting. That's what they're saying here. Let's look at it. Rochelle Long is a mental health professional embedded with the Marysville Police Department. In January, she put colleagues in clinics on notice to brace themselves for the full-on arrival of Tranq, warning that it hooks users with a new and powerful kind of high. I want to get high. I want to get high. Isn't that a song? I know I'm a great singer. They start out dancing and they seem happy and they're just having fun, and then immediately zombie-like trance, like staring through you as if like a horror film, Long says. Now, what it can do to the human body is equally hard to believe. Wounds caused by, I'm going to get this wrong, xylazine, is it xylazine? Okay, so the drug's called xylazine HCI. So it says, wounds caused by xylazine kill the skin and underlying tissue, turning the area black and hard. If untreated, it can lead to amputation. So it basically kills the cells there, and there's no circulation. Long saw it happen to a user firsthand. He didn't have a flesh-eating disorder, he didn't have an abscess, and he doesn't know his finger went missing. He said it was just miraculously gone. It probably fell off. Wow. So when she says it can lead to amputation, I guess she means it can just... Doop. Talk about flesh eating. Tranq's base ingredient is xylazine, a tranquilizer for large animals, obtained either illicitly through local vet suppliers or from overseas sources like China, in powdered form to bulk up fentanyl. Tranq, also known in some circles as Fetty powder and Tranq dope, is what you get when you mix xylazine with fentanyl. I don't think you should mix anything with fentanyl. I don't even think you should use fentanyl. They do use fentanyl medically, but those are professionals. Okay, don't be going out and buying this stuff. But apparently, xylazine and fentanyl mixed together, you get Fetty powder or Tranq dope. And the latest data from Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, shows Tranq is spreading almost as fast as fentanyl did and following much of the same path, beginning with white powder heroin markets in the Northeast before spreading to the South and then working its way into drug markets westward. That's us. In the West region, the DEA reports forensic lab identifications of xylazine were up 112% in 2021, the latest year for which numbers are available. The report also says xylazine positive fatal overdoses experienced a significant jump from 2020 to 2021, up 1,127% in the South region, up 750% in the West. And are they talking about the U.S. here? Because if they're talking about that, then down south, yeah, it's. But in the West, they're talking about like Seattle and so forth. They're saying that Trank has also ravaged multiple cities on the East Coast. Sarah Laurel is the founder of the Savage Sisters outreach program in Philadelphia. In an interview with the Spotlight, she said Trank is everywhere now. It took us about 2 years for it to dominate and take over our supply, whereas in Boston, for instance, it was almost non-existent in July and August. It is now in 70% of their supply. And I'll put a link to this story if you want to go and read it. It's in the description box below. But bottom line is, if you thought fentanyl was bad, now we have Trank. It's just, people are always looking for that high. I'll tell you what, if you want the best high, I'm going to tell you how to get the best high in the world. You want the best high? It's called adrenaline. That's right. Pay a fee, go up in an airplane, jump out, and open your parachute. I've done that multiple times when I was in Oregon. I had a little booklet, a log book, and I kept track of my jumps. I think I had like 7 or 8 jumps. Then I moved to Texas. But bottom line, if you want the ultimate high, there it is. Go jump out of an airplane and open your parachute. That is the ultimate high. You don't even need drugs for it. Your body already has that drug. It's called adrenaline.